We're at number 10 of the top 25 couch co-op PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 split screen games, and a lot of people would have said this was number 1. It is Alienation. I have harped on a bit about it on the 4-player front. We're looking at PlayStation 5 footage. I am Couch Coop, and what a stunning local co-op twin stick this is. You might recognise a lot of its sights and sounds. It is a Housemarque game. It's one of their earlier, could be for me the high point of the indie side of the studio. It's a complete joy to play. It's fast and furious, and it boasted some very ahead of the game graphics back then when it was first launched on the base level PlayStation 4. We're going to look at a few versions of the game as well, including the Pro and 4-player footage. Why is it at number 10? What separates it from the 15 other games that you've been talking about? Well, it's this loot system and customization on class and weapon type. You can pump down certain routes of power up that you want with a particular gun, and the class that you choose, be it heavy or quick, also have a special skill tree that has loads of options and visual changes in the attacks that you see come into the gameplay so well. You're like, I cannot wait to get to the next level because I've got all these points to spend. It is a perfectly pitched system to keep you wanting to go to the next stage of the game to see what your character builder is going to come out with and whether they're going to cope with the hordes of unforgiving enemies that just come flying at you. This has got to be one of the most impressive looking twin sticks out there. On the subject of the visuals, we're now looking at the base level PlayStation 4 2-player version of the game. It runs very well, no issues, no lag, no frame drops. Just like Resogun or anything else in their back catalogue, performance is paramount. It's slick, smooth, even on that base level PlayStation 4. I think Housemarque's mission is try to create that arcade perfect experience, both visually and on a gameplay level. This is so much more than an arcade game because of its switch out on environments, and it's really ahead of its time. Sort of mid-level, smaller bosses that are leveled up, that drop top tier loot, that are really worth your while. You have to seek them out on the map. Brilliant idea. It does keep you on your toes on that front. The enemies and various things that you're dealing with coming your way have stayed surprisingly fresh, and they haven't recycled a lot of this. I thought you'd see some maybe repeats in games like Ex Machina or Matterfall, but this is kind of a standalone. Took a slug of whiskey before doing that. Don't recommend it. I was trying to say that this is kind of a standalone thing with all of its designs, its guns, weaponry, that exosuit and the environments. It's really out there in its own island of ideas. It's not in canon with anything they've ever done. Now on to PlayStation 4 Pro footage. This is 1080, smooth AF, and it's a fantastic 4-player game. The camera is a little bit close. Newer 4-player twin sticks have an adjustment, but it's okay. If you know what's coming and you know how to deal with a lot of the enemies, it's not too much of a worry. But if newbies are playing this, you're screwed. The reload system is a haptic on clicking one of the sticks. Getting your head around that on its own, or explaining that to somebody who's not used to the idea, takes a long time. Surprisingly enough, this game doesn't actually receive any PlayStation 5 boost. That might be due to its age. It's 1080 at a locked 30 frames per second when you look it up. Ex Machina does. It has a beautiful 4K and a 60 frame pick. I wonder if they'll ever get to this. It's kind of maybe a bit too far back in their back catalogue, but wow, it still looks stunning to the eye when playing it on a PlayStation 5. I can also confirm no glitches or issues. We did see some in Temple of Osiris on the most recent video with some strange lines coming up when the game saved. It wasn't game breaking, it was just a strange thing to see, and it's just nice to see that there isn't any issues at all with the backwards compatibility of Alienation on the PlayStation 5. If I painted myself into a corner with this list, I've got 9 more games to talk about. Are there any more amazing couch co-op, split screen or local co-op games out there on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5? Hell yes! I've got loads. I've got more than 9. So, you know, there's going to be casualties. Talking of casualties, we died a lot. This is me and Lewis. Obviously, the reload system was the first hurdle, and then the revive, you have to clear the area. It's not like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles where the whole game shuts down unless you bring your other player back. This is hardcore, nasty stuff where you'll just get swarmed everything. You've got to clear the area. There is a countdown, so the tension's there. What would I compare this game to on a twin stick level? And it's a difficult one there. It is quite close to Nex Machina, its sister title, and it does feel quite a lot like Matterfall. Matterfall is a side-scrolling, non-local co-op game. Really worth picking up if you're into Housemarque, because it's defo physical. This is a solid PlayStation exclusive still as well, so hey ho. I've been Couch Cube. You dead!